Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and inventing and amazing, spectacular, wondrous Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda. He loves like defender of the fatherland. Off here to a spectacular 1v1 here on Crossing in the Woods in the North. That is Paul.A.D. fighting for the German army, Deutschland, taking on the role here of the 5th SS Panzerdivision Viking with Osthuben, Mechanized assault and German infantry with machine gun Panzerfaust, mines versus south. That is VonIvan, fighting for the Red Army, the Soviet Union and Comrade Stalin. With Partisan Doctrine of all things, that's certainly something else, featuring radio intercept, partisan troops, partisan tank hunters, spy network, and marked vehicle double infantry mines. We got a Grenadier MD-42 starting for Paul.A.D versus double conscripts there for VonIvan and the Red Army, his engineers and conscripts bravely leading the way eastwards. And as always, a big hearty thanks to my patrons, supporters, these champions, these heroes of the Propagandacast who keep me in the business, and without them, I'll certainly not be able to do this. So, big thanks to all of those. You too can join their heroic and spectacular ranks by Patreon yourself. You can always just consider donating. Links in the description. And always, comment, like, share, subscribe, press the bell button, keep the YouTube algorithms from tearing my head off. Come the MD-42 there, third conscript there for VonIvan. Westwards there we got Paul.A.D moving in, sandbags here by the western fuel point. Points being seized by the MD-42, and we got the Grenadiers heading centrewards here. And we get Mechanized assault there for Paul.A.D. Coming up for some assault Grenadiers. The Mechanized assault group, Stug 3Es. The light artillery barrage and the Tiger tank. So yeah, Mechanized assault versus Partisans. That's not typical here in VonIvan. Forming up here the 7th Mechanized Corps. We got contributing westwards there. So far, quiet here in the opening. We got almost 2 minutes in the game. There's not been a single shot fired. And the usually quiet part of the eastern front. Second Grenadiers called out here. Well, Paul.A.D considered assault Grenadiers. We're relying heavily on Mechanized assault groups. Some players really like making use of those. So we'll have to see where this goes. MD-42 almost got the western munitions. Very quiet so far, in fact. Very quiet. Too quiet, almost. Grenadiers going sneaking up here, I think, to occupy some buildings behind VonIvan's lines. Shots fired there. Grenadiers was the conscripts. The Frontevics versus the Lanza. There we go. First man down. Conscript there, bite the dust. We got Molotov here for VonIvan in the early game. Triple conscripts. Molotov is a bit of a rare, I would say, Soviet build, I think, at least in Soviet ordering, but not necessarily a bad one. It's one I personally use when I'm playing against the Soviets. Can be quite effective against your Wehrmacht opponent if they don't expect it. We got machinery up here with the Grenadiers as well. They're flanking here. VonIvan's forces outside the house here. MD-42 opening up a storm of lead. They're catching the conscript and they're going to get in front of the broadside. The Grenadiers are taking more damage in the process here. One moving up. They might be seeing another Molotov here though from VonIvan. They're going to need to retreat before they get wild. Grenadiers pushing for the engineer squad here. We got westwards here. We got the conscript, the pioneer squad there. Third Grenadier squad there for Paul.A.D. Could have considered maybe sneaking at least one assault Grenadier squad here versus VonIvan, by the way. I think that would have been quite a nice addition there, but that's just me. All engineers routed here. Western fuel being lost here. We got sandbags down here from VonIvan. Also noted the sandbags that have been wired off. Got points to the south side there. We got a lot of sandbags here from Paul.A.D, by the way. Eastern Victor pulling seat in 40%. Going for the eastern fuel point here. Some nice footage in the early game. Grenadiers here reinforcing. Setting out there for the glory of Deutschland. Conquering MD-42 here. Some intense, frantic maneuvering and fighting in the early game here between these two players. Grab the eastern fuel point there. Bunker up there for Paul.A.D. Hard work digging those holes in the ground to set up for medic stations. Meanwhile, west side here, Conscript almost got the fuel point there. Going for the coupling there with the Pioneers. Could consider laying down some mines around here, for example, when VonIvan isn't looking. Moving up further here with the MD-42 to the Grenadiers. Grab some fuel there still. Very good. Pioneers right here with the Molotov. VonIvan using them quite aggressive. We haven't seen the uses the Partisans though. That's where things get interesting. Very interesting. And they're going to use Court here. Yuri drops dead. A bullet right through his head. That rhymed. Needs to rout it. There we go. We do get a Partisan squad out here. Straight by the fuel point. Grenadiers caught here all of a sudden by a sudden flurry of submachine gun fire. As the Grenadiers found themselves routed. Sneaky play there by VonIvan. 2 thumbs up to that one. No tech yet here for Paul.A.D. Molotovs there around the Grenadiers. So right now Paul.A.D's being denying fuel here in the early game by VonIvan. Of course, VonIvan's looking to go as much fuel as possible from his opponent. Very good there. We got one Grenadier going to counteract the Partisans here. They're by hiding out. They're using a tiny sliver of cover. Basically, a few stacks of wood. They're somehow to hide themselves as, pretend they're that. Of course, if he makes it too obvious, you could theoretically get rifle grenaded here by Paul.A.D, though Paul.A.D has yet to tech up. This would certainly have me suspect he might be playing the Mechanized assault group when he's saving up manpower for that, though he's still a few command points away from that, at least a quarter of a command point then before moving up there as well. He's obviously expecting something there, Paul, but what he's expecting is not entirely sure. There you go, Partisans spotted him floating up there. Phenomenal too slow to react to take advantage of this, going for the cop and the Pioneers. Still a few mines here behind it, but yeah, I do get the sensation he's going to go for the Mechanized assault group since early on. It can throw off the opponent since, you know, they didn't expect like sudden 250 half track with the Panzer Grenadiers in it. Like, it can do quite some nasty things. Oh, S-Mine's here in the card point. 2 films at the Paul.A.D. Nice aggressive play there. Getting down from the north. MD4 repositioning. Party there hiding out. There we go. And we do get the Mechanized assault group up here for Paul. He obviously finally realised he can take up and go for it at the same time. He could have taken up sooner, to be honest, which probably also pushed the half taking a bit faster, but details. Gonna move in. I guess he's gonna sweep out the Partisans there. Comes from the battery behind Paul.A.D's advanced party here. And there you go, Partisans quickly routed as they stand no chance against the might here of the Panzer Grenadiere. Going to shout in the conscripts. Fun fact, Panzer Grenadiers were known as Schützen at the start of the war. They would only after the loss at Stalingrad in North Africa, their name alongside the Grenadiers, you know, the infantry became Grenadiers, but Schützen became Panzer Grenadiers. Fun fact there. Though no, technically 250-1 more likely than Aufklärer, which was sort of basically just reconnaissance Panzer Grenadiers, though most of the time they were basically just Panzer Grenadiers anyways, and a lot of divisions used them as that. They were basically meant to act as support for armoured cars, which were the ones actually doing the actual reconnaissance. But a lot of the time they basically just served as, well, Panzer Grenadier, an extra armoured Panzer Grenadier battalion. They're all fun fact there in terms of like organisation and terminology. I'll hit the cuff point there. We'll see what goes for next. Probably going to hunt down some more infantry. I imagine Fernand's going to go for 90 grenades soon. There's so far of that. We got the spawn coming out there. Can't be caught here by the Schützen Panzerwagen, which again you can find there. Schützen Panzerwagen, hence the original title. And seems to start though. Occasionally you may read some memoirs, at least some excerpts from some, in like collections, you know, where some of the officers may refer to it as a Grenadier Panzerwagen, but overall, all in all, they seem to have always referred to as, or generally just referred to as the Schützen Panzerwagen. So, interesting little note there. Mines up here for Phenomenal up to catch the 250 half track. More Pioneers here for Paul.A.D. Pump's going for the car point, half taking back. He messes up in defensive mode, track the suppressive, you know, basically as a light machine gun team. MD4 around the Partisans there. Yup, defensive mode there. Cheeky Paul. We got more Partisans out here. Things are heating up. 250 half-take defensive modes. Partisans. Who knows what's next? Partisans the Pioneers here. Pioneers probably been heavy cover here. Half-take of course moves back to deal with that. He's backing off in this case. Go correct to the Partisans. Quickly retreat. Mentions one getting the Panzer Grenadier. Grab the point there, and MD4 remains safeguarding on the eastern fuel pump, backed up by Grenadier. He's actually, I think, keeping the Grenadiers inside of there, primarily, I think, to keep them out of the hands there of possible partisan incursions. Of course, it could technically stuff in an MD4 too, but that, of course, leave open to other things. Another option it could consider would be laying S-Mides around the entrances, or just burning it down with a flamethrower. A few options there for Paul. All the way though, half to being hauled back with a damaged engine. Let's see what goes for next. But yeah, definitely not your average Wehrmacht versus Soviet match. MD4 to run by the constantly charge in. And he's holding up here, we've got country from the sides against the units. And we use Pioneers from the east, we've got Minesweepers in one team, Flame from the other Pioneer team. Again, he's being surrounded, quick retreat. Probably where he could get Molotov, at which point obviously that would increase drastically the chance of getting wiped, then just wouldn't serve him much there. Like to make a nice company up there, probably a pack 40. Could be able to go for 2-2. You can like go for 251. That'd be fun, but you know, probably not what's going to do. Could do it. Could do it. It would be fun for me to comment about, but yeah. Panzer Grenadier sitting out there. There's also obviously could also just try and go for another Mechanized assault group, which would be, you know, a bit out there. Not impossible, but it certainly would be a bit wild. Got parts of the Pioneers. And these two constantly charging in another Partisan squad backing up here. Grenadiers are getting a light machine, won't be enough. Mechanized assault group goes down here. Here we got Pioneers being routed by the Partisans. Pioneers concerns assist. Heavy fighting for the fuel between both sides so far. I think he's actually planning another Mechanized assault group. Like, he's setting up manpower and fuel again. Particularly it's the manpower that sort of catches my eye there, because he's roughly in the range of another Mechanized assault group. So, is Paul actually planning double Mechanized assault group? I mean, that I think would be almost a first. After rushing in behind VonIvan's lines to take the Partisans sport here. No, he's just filling manpower. Perhaps he's uncertain he wants to go for one. Or he's just forgotten about it. Gets the punch squad like the T7 there for VonIvan. Sending out a second Mechanized assault group would be a bit dangerous. And this has got a lot of telemines down, which I do not think he does. I could be wrong, of course, but I don't think he does. That's it. Paul definitely needs to work a bit harder on the fuel. And VonIvan then meanwhile got the T7 on the way here. Paul will need a pack 4, and there you go. Panzer Mechanized Fielding on the way. Could even go for 2. And is they good to go? But yeah. One Mechanized assault group. Briefly seemed like he was actually planning 2 out, which would be, again, a bit out there. We got more Pioneers here for VonIvan. Straight at the Pioneers here. Again, looking to disrupt, looking to slow down Paul's fuel income. Paul, I believe, is also taking up there. Yes, indeed. Thumbs up. T7 Russian heading for VonIvan and the 7th Mechanized Corps. Like to shoot some Panzerwagen heading westwards. Panzer was then using the Eastbound grenade off as well. They're T7 rushing forwards. Quick retreat here from Paul. Of course, he realizes against the T70. All this dust until he gets up to Pack 40. Catching the Partisans here. Quick grenade, but nice. Actually gains fencing on the 250 half, which allows troops to reinforce units, but actually reinforce the gunneries there. That's a nice little bonus for Paul.A.D. if he uses it. In this case, he didn't, but he could have. Tag almost done. Pack 40 ready. The Panzer Abwehrkanone fährt sich. Rushing straight for Western fuel pond there. Pioneers popping out. And probably going to rush the half-tech elsewhere. Troops advancing. Tech almost done. Can build a supplement corps. Of course, whether or not he then does it is an entirely different matter. Pack 40 positioning. Got grenades here. There's the conscripts in the center. Maximum on the way there for VonIvan and the Red Army. And they're roughly flying through the skies. Comes there nicely dodging. And units moving up. T7 moving back here for VonIvan. Up north they're pointing by the conscripts. Maximum halfway done. Grab most on fuel. Almost got the victory point. So Paul McCall on the way there for Paul.A.D. And there goes T7 engaging. But also getting engaged for the Pack 40. Punches straight through the frontal armor. Leaving the crew shocked. Well, not too shocked either. I am shocked, Petrov. Shocked that they would shoot at us. Well, not that shocked, really. Ooh, spy network. Now that one's actually a pretty handy ability to pay attention, since again it pretty much gives away your entire opponent's positions for a brief while on the mini-map and the tactical map. So if you pay attention, you can quickly get an idea what they're up to. I think it even reveals what they got in their base. There gets Pommerkop, 250 half-tech still down there for Paul.A.D. Won't take time to get anything. They'll fix on the far Stug 3G. Here could be an option. Maybe back it up with a Stug E. Maybe go for double Stug T, double Stug E. The strategy of the truly enlightened. I don't know, maybe? Just after that, plus the conscripts. Suppressing there the entire unit, except for Boris, who's dead. A step beyond suppression. Getting another kill there. 4 kills off at 52. Big push here by VonIvan. Slices through towards these lines. There goes. Clears out the pack crew. That's a stinging blow there to all of these. Going to move that pack forward. There's a lot of info flying up, making it harder. Plus, of course, the T7 going to try and close down to Panzerfaust. Comes the fun grenade on the conscript. There you go. Goodbye to landing in the midst of VonIvan's troops. Guarded Panzerfaust there. The pack gets cleared out again here. And he's got no troops to meet the crew. This is a bad situation there for Paul. And he's still some time away from the Stug. We've got Pioneering up behind here. Maximum forwards and units from the as well there. Noting by VonIvan currently has no anti-tank guns. So he's probably going to try and grab the Pack 40 here. To make up for that little lacking thing there. Reinforcing healing. He's repairing it. Not ground there for repairing the T70 while under fire. Oh, they just fixed up the engine damage. And there go grabs the pack, but good time getting the pack crew white. And there we go. Executed. Pioneers coming flanking up behind here. Still not executing really good maximum parts support here. Set up for a little ambush, but instead they get ambushed. Haha. T7 pulling back maximum up. They got the Pioneers going to flank their pack crewed up again. Pioneers in the string with a flamethrower. Pack getting shot to bits. Not great situation. The machine gun gets no damage reduction against the pack as the pack gets suppressed. Pack through again. So many men have died during that pack now. T70 narrowly avoids getting taken out of the pack for it. Some great luck there for VonIvan. And I'm making some really rubbish luck there for Paul.A.D. And looks like he almost looked like he was calling something up, but he didn't. Next thing getting hammered by the Grenadiers. P-50 ducking, hold back. He can shift eastward to grab the fuel point there. We got lots of engineers there for VonIvan as he lost the other engineer squad to the fascists. This murderous swine slaughtered them. Mine for the Partisans. Thumbs up there, since Partisans can lay down mines with an ability. Well, the few players actually use the Partisans option, utilise. There go mines up there as well. The flare mines could work there by VonIvan. MD40 coming up there, gun these pounds going towards the centre. Ground most importantly, Pioneer. 250 after 50 go, and there go. Conscripts being hammered again by the MD42. VonIvan some time away from the taking up. Going for something a bit more robust than the T70 light tank. Like to switch some plans of getting ready again, but that was a load of nonsense there from me briefly. I apologise to you viewers, I apologise. There we go, Mechanized armour company out to VonIvan. Partisans are playing with the Pioneers and they get absolutely shredded. They got the transport nearby though. Partisans focused down by the assault rifle fire. There we go. Down Western Point. Bomb grenade and the Partisans. There we go. Still the Panzers also routed. Grab the Eastern Points again. Good footage there by Paul.A.D. Doesn't get too obsessed with one point, gets switched to the other one, and VonIvan similarly kind of does the same. You can soon go for the Stuke. He's also floating a lot of manpower again. I mean, I know the Panzer squad could be an idea here. Assault grenadiers could still be an option. I think mortars could also be a handy consideration of just another machine gun. Like half the options here for Paul.A.D. to consider here versus VonIvan. Half of them in defensive mode again, which, by the way, besides being actually suppressive fire, also means it takes less damage from a lot of assaults. It's actually a great way to, for example, force the opponent away to anti-tank grenades, since while it dies enormously like 3 anti-tank grenades, or even 2 I think, with the defensive mode on, it takes a lot of anti-tank grenades to go down. So a little fun fact there. Or they can reinforce near it, which again is very handy. Looks like he's not playing the Stuke 3G. VonIvan's got a T-50 full 6 on the way there, very good for the Red Army. Little less great for the German Army. He's probably going for the Panther 4 here. I think the Stuke 3D would be the faster choice here. A bit more mobile. In terms of like dealing with armor, obviously, but you know, details. Oh wait, he's just getting some armor out, which is the crucial part here. He'd be only worse stayed off, but like saying, you know, we're not close to going for any tank here versus VonIvan, of course, as soon as the T-50 on. There you go. T-70 finally expires. A shower of sparks and flames there as Paul.A.D. sets alight. Maximus the 250 half-tech, gets 2 gain on the half-tech, very good. Panzer's flanking up here. Could possibly take it up, meanwhile the Eastern Assault there is causing the army here to Paul.A.D.'s right flank. Maximum took right down there, go T-50 close to forwards. Maximum almost cleared out there. Pack in trouble. Maximum hosed out. Can't grab it though. Paul floating a lot of manpower here. Close to the Panther 4. You may have to consider another Pack 40 though. Bring off the Grenadiers. Tank takes a hit. Cardinals routed. Guns being forced thanks to the 250 half-tech. He's going for a lot of Grenadiers. I mean, that's an option. Though again, I think I'd prefer Panzer Grenadiers at this point. Maybe another MD42 or a mortar. But again, getting a bunch of Grenadiers works too obviously, but probably would be my top pick here. A lot of infantry out there can soon go for the Panther 4. The constant being shredded. We got 268 to 259. Cancel one. They're going to do score without realizing he went for too many. Very close to the Panther 4. Westwards, they've got machine moving up there pretty aggressively. Could choose your rocket launcher for VonIvan. Good idea getting artillery. I feel like you could push more tanks already here. Fly around waiting for that. But oh well, mines here for VonIvan. Very good. Meanwhile, Paul, except for those few S mines, I don't think he's really been laying down mines.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
But he can go for the Panther 4 now? Yeah, now he can. Two tokens straight here and there, going popping defensive mode. Maxim quickly routed here. Half-tech railway is close to the ace level. Before rushing up for the half-tech. Yeah, he can't go for the Panther 4 now. He's going for the Panther 4 now. Very good. 2 thumbs up there. Very necessary here for Paul.A.D, obviously. Incredibly necessary.
Katyusha now available.
Shot 5, missed. And there we go, Katyusha rocket launcher out, the BM-13. Note there are numerous versions of effectively Katyusha rocket trucks, depending on the truck used and the size of the rockets. You even had ones like, basic American Studebaker trucks that fire like, a lot fewer rockets, but compared to they were much bigger than the size, stuff like, the Swiss Strike, for example. Panther that almost takes out the Katyusha, like, really close. They're obviously Phenomenon went in there to get us, little distance between him and the target and get, like, as much accuracy on the rockets and thusly get increase his chance of wipe. But obviously, counter side to that is, other side to that is just getting knocked up by, say, they're going to be in the wrong place. Panther out here for Paul.A.D. Phenomenon, of course, is aware of that. And he has no anti-tank weapons. Like, he's got the T-34 from 6 and obviously calling it anti-tank Partisans, but he's got no anti-tank guns or anything like that. No tank destroyers, no assault guns. Rushing ahead here with the Panther 4 for the German army. Should have the Pinot machine gun. Finish up in the country there by Russian victory point. We got 335 to 252. Rushing at the Panther for the T-34 from 6. You can get those get like baited into a mine here. Well, surprise, but so far though, no surprises and no hits either. Well, there we go. When the victory of our Panther 4 misses at that, gets pelted with 2 anti-tank grenades from the T-34 with shot bounces. Pretty lucky there, but and the Panther 4 bounces as well. That isn't bad. What is this? Yak T-34 now ramming it, takes a hit. Oh, got him, Himmel. We got a second Mechanized assault group out here for Paul.A.D. Copter's going to get finished off and think about anti-tank grenades. T-34 goes down. West side here we got grenades for the conscripts still going on there. 250 half-tech rushing in there, trying to save the Panther 4. A desperate bid here by Paul.A.D, but it's too late. Unless he gets very lucky, which he didn't. They go ramming here. Defensive positions, well, their conscripts routed. A close call here, but in the end, probably shouldn't have gone in the fight with the Panther 4. Now he's got 2 Mechanized assault groups. That's definitely rare, and particularly the way he's gone about, like one early and then one very late into the game. That is not where you typically see Mechanized assault groups. But here we are again, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are. And for that matter, like, they're both still alive. Like, he's got an ace half-track with an ace Panther as well, alongside a fresh one with a fresh Panther going to be a score. I mean, that's something else. Another T-Fed for the VonIvan. Paul will definitely, I think, more anti-tank guns. May have to consider rushing at a Stu 3 here versus VonIvan. And obviously he's like, get some fuel. That said, he is bleeding out VonIvan here of fuel. We got 2 victory points. Fuel is the one thing he's not bleeding him out of, in fact. We got 2 Partisans squads running out here behind heavy coverage to ambush any fascists.
T-34 ready for combat. Machine gun ready.
Troops reinforcing healing. Defensive mode here, defensive mode here. Basically using them as sort of bunkers. Troops getting caught by the MB-42. T-34 rushing in. The T-34 clears out almost the entire crew. And in there, go wipes it out there. Ooh, target weak point. Comes rushing in. Look, gets suppressed here with the 250 half-track. Yes, they do get suppressed, but also get past the fire. Almost, actually. Apparently, getting tank. But again, notice with defensive mode, it barely takes any damage. It doesn't get a damage engine. Now then, tanking out here in the west side here, we got the Russian army troops coming up there, securing points there. In the east side here, going into the constant right here, troops pinned down, suppressed, murdered. Got the 250 half-tech 8 pushing in there, I think to force the troops to the front line. And counter charge here, supporting the attack there. 2 thumbs up to Paul.A.D there. Good use of the ace one. It's actually got 11 kills. Really nice work there. Another Katyusha barrage stuff, and now of course looking to snuff out any attempted VonIvan stabilizing. more rockets screaming all over the place. And it's being shot to bits. Somehow surviving it. And of course they got the half-tech nearby so they can reinforce. Again, they don't have to retreat to reinforce. Again, this is really the advantage of half-techs in general, including the 251 half-tech 166 Veteran G1. Again, just being able to reinforce your front line is actually a really huge deal. It's, I think, though, sadly something a lot of people overlook, but it can really just give you some frontline strength. Meanwhile, we got here Spy Network, 4th VonIvan, and the Red Army. The 7th Mechanized Corps here in the face of the 5th SS Viking. So named because originally it was sort of composed of Scandinavian volunteers, you know, Denmark, Norway, occasional Swede, and Finns, though only for a brief while before the Finns, these SS troops were pulled back to Finland, and they just had slightly replaced. Instead, essentially they tried to make it a more Germanic division, meaning like, you know, most of the Scandinavian volunteers will go to other divisions. There's still a small core of Scandinavian volunteers. Fanfare there, by the way. Partisans moving 40 trains to maximum though, definitely not great there. Entirely just pressed here by VonIvan there. That maximum is really doing great work there. Got 13 kills on it. T-Fed for Katyusha rushing. Oh yeah. This really seems like a really bad idea since again the Katyusha really can fence wipe this all out. They got a flank of the Partisans, have to turn around to deal with it. Hacks also nearby. He's just, yeah, he's fully treating here, I think, realizing this occasion is thoroughly bad. T-Fed for rushing, he'll have to fuck it down with the 40s, I think. One path tech probably defensive mode. The less veteran one here. T4 takes a hit here. Troops sitting out there from the base again. Need to pull back here. Bit of leapfrogging into the half troops and support and cover up the retreat with the packs. Definitely some really nice maneuvering here of the half techs, to be honest, here by Paul.A.D. Oh, well, almost, because forgets to move the other half tech along with it, but he almost had it there. He almost had it. It's still impressive, though. It's still impressive. It could have been more impressive. And the 40 doesn't lose in 1 with 250 half tech, but I mean, this still was pretty nice. 16 kills on that half tech, really. But he does sleep behind the pack 40, which is less nice. Otto, didn't we forget something? Ah, scheiße, so kann's out der Kanone. This is going to be like the second Battle of Kharkov all over again. Second one? Yeah.
The sector is at risk.
Which we should find as well. Conflict being hammered. Something hammered. Maxim got wiped. If you grab that, it's going to be helpful there for Paul. It's only a bit of a nasty thing there for VonIvan, but there you go. Grabbed it back here under intense duress and opposition. Oh, never mind. Gets wiped again by the Panzer Grenadiers. No mercy shown. Rushing westwards again to grab the points here. Very good. Another Katyusha there.
Local spies are ready to reveal enemy positions.
250 on the 79. Well, Paul go for a Stug, a Panzer 4. We try and go out for a Tiger tank. That's not impossible. Pack recruit. Guessing he's going to recruit the maximum prime use. That's casino. He just doesn't care. I mean, that's always a consideration that the player just doesn't give a rat's ass. Anyway, second Katyusha, that's going to be 2 T-Fed force, 2 Katyusha from VonIvan. That's quite the strike force, really. Can lay down some serious assaults with that. Katyusha's basically bombarding all the positions, and then the T-Fed force charging as many as possible to clear out any survivors. That's definitely very uncomfortable. There you go. Maximum crude here by Paul.A.D, and the German army can't go for the Stug 3G now. It's not taken up, so probably not a Tiger planned here by Paul. Not a Tiger. Got the Stug 3G, the Sturmgeschütz 3 Ausführung G. Ace half to there, good to go again. Really impressive work. I mean, it's so rare to get to see 250 half-tracks nowadays. Nice to see someone handle so well. I mean, again, he handled 2 of them. Like, again, had he just pulled that one back in time, he would still have the second one ready as well. Yeah, that's really impressive. So obviously, VonIvan's all doing some great work with the Partisans and the infantry, so anyhow. Shouldn't forget to praise VonIvan as well, even good plays. Double Katyusha up again, that's going to be one hell of a serenade here from VonIvan. The love song of Joseph Stalin. But he almost takes out his own conscripts in the process. Sturmgeschützstraße von gear there ready for Paul.A.D.
Territory is falling into enemy hands. The enemy is reduced to 200 points. Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
We'll hit that. Half-tech running out there, 16 kills. 17 kills, suffers a damaged engine. Ground Western Ponty. Sturmgeschütz ready to contest any sort of assaults there from VonIvan, at least in terms of armor. Can of course out the machine gun when he has the munitions and the time. Going to the Partisans there, still hiding out there by the Western fuel point. VonIvan could soon go for another T-54-6 when we got the artillery part there hiding back here in VonIvan's base. Reloading the rockets, having a nice bit of vodka. Reminiscing of Sarah's times. Comes runs into Panzer squads. A full retreat here. Grenade off in the midst of the Panzer grenadiers and VonIvan. Oh, no, Paul.A.D, I mean, does retreat in time. Almost takes out the A squad here. Half to rushing in front, a bit of bonus there, but in the end, that could have been avoided a bit there, I think. Partisans riding the west, finally. We got 179, 176. Still pretty damn close here. VonIvan's ready to move the rocket launchers in again. Pioneers caught here, spotted the mine from VonIvan. Half-tech back in defensive mode, though I want to cover the flank up here. Packs are going in with the Stug. Here's a firing at the half-track. Wow. He must really hate the half-track. Stug champion hits the mine though. He saw the mine and he hit. Oh, Paul. That's not how you do it. That's not how you do it at all. Throw away that Stug. Meanwhile, no support against the other T-54. Pack charging against the conscripts. Not great there. West side, we've got something pinned down with MB-42. Close to FC2 there. Other machine gun cleared out there. Paul still has a sizable force of infantry support weapons, but he's about to lose the packs, and VonIvan can just keep churning out tank first. Paul is still struggling due to some really good field control by VonIvan and less great field control by Paul. Pack cleared out the grenades, Pioneers charging in there. Pan's going for the center again. Models are off in the pack, looking to wipe it out. Both packs cleared out. That's definitely bad news for Paul.A.D, but great for VonIvan and, well, his tank specifically. Pioneers wiped by the Molotov, just to retreat there. Close margin, Parts charging the Panther with a bun grenade off here, right in the midst of the Partisans, and grenades off neutron, but there you go. Partisans end up suffering. Worst of it, only one Panther down. The entire Partisan squad exterminated, with the other one barely surviving. That's it. Heavy losses piling on both sides. It is absolutely ruthless hand-to-hand combat. No mercy shown. None expected, none given. Can soon go for another Stug 3G here. CoH2 is getting ready to deliver another of Stalin's love songs there.
Rifleman ready. You have orders? T-34 ready. Da, tovarish.
Panzer going in the west here, Engineers being westwards as well further. T-42 getting into 2. T-54 over here for VonIvan and the Red Army. Comes suppressed it, taking a fire. There we go, CoH2 barrages off here against Paul's western position. You seem through there being met with a furious wall of rockets and death. Coming straight at him, there you go, Manchak to get the machine gun. There you go, Pax move, Quality, but the T-54 move. That said, VonIvan isn't smooth enough, he could risk losing it, and there you go, Pax moving, constant here, going straight for the Pax, going to have to deal with that then. 13 kills, and there you go, grenade in the both bunched up Pax. Oh, got him, Himmel! They got away. Sort of. They're going to pick splinters out of their arse for days. Pax water club being wiped out, need to shoot, looks so, 35 kills, really impressive. Good right there. Half-track Sandy did not make it out of that one. We got 149 versus 152. Another streak there for Paul.A.D. Another Sturmgeschütz. Infantry eastwards. Reinforcing healing. Here's what the gun is in MG42. We're halfway done. And he's being met with a wall of lead. Stug almost done. Pack's being set out again. Heading eastwards. Mine spotted. We've got 116 versus 152. VonIvan's chance of victory looking very short at this point. Obviously, Paul could still pull off some sort of surprise here. Some great maneuver that leaves VonIvan flabbergasted, desperate, and detained. You're firing off here. Still going for the T-54. Keep careful to charge to fire in there again. Headquarters turning up here. There we go. Almost got the T-54. And it's a brutal infantry engagement here. Infantry being cleared out there though. Still going for the Katyushas. Got an anti-tank part squad up. The one Katyusha's actually down. Stu's going to go knocked out the other by the Partisans. Oh, didn't pop an anti-tank grenade enough. No, didn't. What? They took out the main gun, of course. I was like, how did he get the damaged engine, but they also didn't? Oh, apparently they popped the grenade, but it failed? That's some really bad luck there for VonIvan, but I guess it didn't need the luck anyways. But yeah, at this point, we got 74 points left. VonIvan's forces, or Paul's forces, are decimated and destined tenants. VonIvan's kind of as well, but the crucial element, VonIvan can just get more tanks out. Paul can't quite as easily. Also, crucially, VonIvan has artillery. Paul has got none. He doesn't have like the Stu 3E today. I got some Stu Gs. West side comes right in engineers. 12 kills in the Katyusha. We got 55 versus 152. Machine gun being handled by the Katyusha rocket launcher. We got 14 kills in that one. 15. Machine gun wiped and destroyed. Advanced gun center got 50 points left. 2 packs left out in the open. Spy network again with VonIvan. Very consistent. In fact, he's used almost every ability except Mark Vehicle. Interestingly enough. He's used every ability. Meanwhile, Paul's used, well, Mechanized assault gun 1 artillery battery. We've seen no assault gun it is. Interestingly enough, no Stuggies. Less interesting if not, obviously. And no Tigers. Obviously, he's not got the resource for that one at the moment. Passing out, making use of the terrain to get closer. Nice play there. Bring it off. Phantom being shot to bits by the Partisans. And he's sitting out.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
We got 50 versus 146. VonIvan's Partisan charging out here against Paul.A.D's forces. You could soon go for another Stu 3G, but the question would be like, you know, not lose them as well as just as swiftly lost the other two, unfortunately. And lost the pencil to the Katyusha rocket launcher barrage. And there you go with that. Paul's is finally broken. A loss for the German army, victory for the Red Army. A brutal fight here on crossing with heavy losses on both sides. Some great action in there and some rare tactics and strategies. So overall, nice to see you there. Paul, I think, focused a bit better on the field, helped them a bit better. Plus, laid on some mines at Think Addition. I think he'd been a much better spot here versus VonIvan myself. A real pretty interesting fight there. So, I hope you enjoyed as much as I did casting. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. Tell a friend, tell a family. And, of course, do consider donating or pledging on Patreon. Links in the description. Cheers, everyone, and see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye.